Hello, this is Rod Walton with Clarion Energy, and we're here with the Day 2 keynote today. It was given by Luke Williams, who is an NYU business professor. He's the co-founder of the Innovation Labs. Great talk today about that buzzword. You always hear a lot about disruption, but he really drilled down into it. What does it mean? How does it change the industry, or how will the industry change with it? And Luke, you talked a little bit initially about the world of things and the world of knowledge, and how that applies to business. And could you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, I was talking about an economist at NYU just won the Nobel Prize in 2018 for basically distinguishing the difference between the world of things and sort of the world of ideas. And so the economics of those two worlds don't work the same way. And I think the key takeaway for this audience is, a lot of people think ideas are useless or they're worthless until they're executed. And what I was trying to convince them of today is that no, ideas are actually items of investment in their own right. They're valuable in their own right because they have a combinatorial effect. They scale in a different way to other commodities and products. So you really got to treat ideas as items of investment and start to build what we call innovation capital. So basically, the more options you have, the more capital you have, the more secure your future is going to be.
Yeah, and also going into some other analogies, you talked a lot about in the kitchen, the ingredients, recipes, things like that. And where is the sector, sometimes need to be reminded, maybe being in the kitchen and trying different things is a good idea.
Yeah, I like the cooking metaphor because, of course, anyone really can cook because we know it's just a matter of, you arrange ingredients into a meal, and it's the same thing for innovation. Innovation and growth in value comes from taking the ingredients you have available, whether it's your value proposition, your customer segments, the partners and suppliers you work with, the key activities that you do as a business, your cost structure, all of those things can be remixed in an infinite number of ways to make them more valuable. And so a lot of people think innovation is about invention of a new ingredient, but my message today was, well, actually, no, you don't have to invent anything new, and it's not necessarily about a new technology. It's just a willingness to take the ingredients you already have, seek a new arrangement that potentially makes them more valuable.
And to kind of continue that, on the dynamic of continuity and discontinuity, and how the industry also might benefit from thinking about that.
Yeah, I talked about most people, obviously all businesses and industries are systems, and systems run through continuity, meaning there's a lot of inertia and everyone's incentivized to keep that system going. However, in order to grow in a sustainable way, systems also need deliberate doses of discontinuity, and it's that discontinuity that forces them to, challenge some of the existing arrangements of the ingredients they're using, challenge the existing ideas or recipes they're using, and it loosens the arrogance and the rigidity for, in which those ideas are held. So there might be somebody out there saying, no, our business model is the best. I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, but a discontinuous idea will basically challenge the uniqueness of that and say, well, this isn't the only way of looking at your business model. It might not be any better than what we're already using, but let's see if there's an alternative way of thinking about arranging the stuff that we have available.
Yeah, it's kind of that thing where companies talk about, let's think about the ideas that could put us out of business, and how do we do that? Not put us out of business, but come up with new ways, new directions to go.
Yeah, I think so. That's another way of introducing discontinuity. Some of the common ways are getting new people in. New people often introduce discontinuity. But often, my problem with the way most people talk about discontinuity is they're external. So they're waiting or wanting to spot the discontinuities. And my message today was, no, this is about you being the disruptive change and knowing it's your job to introduce deliberate discontinuity, even if it's not coming from the outside at the moment.
Gotcha. It was a great keynote. We're glad to have you here. It's the end of the Day 2 keynote at DISTRIBUTECH. This is Rod Walton. Thank you.